Hello, my name is Chris Crawford, and I was the director of the Shakespeare Lite production of The Comedy of Errors. It was a very interesting process to direct in a virtual platform. It comes with its unique set of challenges. One of the things that I focused on while directing this was The Comedy of Errors is a farce. It relies on physical comedy and humor and slapstick and all of those wonderful forms of comedy that we all know and love that we can't do via a Zoom platform. So I had to go through the script and I had to figure out in the editing process what was going to be kept and what was going to be let go of and what kind of physical comedy I could get away with. So a lot of that was pre-planned. A lot of it was ideas that came to my mind while I was working on the script that I thought, ooh, let's see how this works with actors in separate video screens. I wanted to jump right in with the second scene of the play. It's the scene where we first get introduced to Antipholus of Syracuse and Dromio of Syracuse, the first set of twins that we meet. They're on the road talking with a friend of theirs who's the first merchant, and she's explaining to them that the laws in Ephesus right now say that if you are not from Ephesus and you are found in Ephesus, you will be put to death. So we're already propelled into the action of the play. We're already learning that Antipholus of Syracuse and Dromio of Syracuse have to be undercover. So we're already adding to the comic elements and the foils that will be torn down as the play moves along. But really, why I love this scene is the line that Antipholus says after he's left Dromio and the merchant, and he says, "I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop." And I really think this is kind of the thesis line of this play. So what I wanted to do with this scene, and I took the opportunity to experiment a little with the Zoom platform, was I wanted to see all of the characters in the play actually searching for their other drop. But I think what we ended with was something really sweet and beautiful. While Antipholus is giving this speech, we start to see every other character in the play pop up, and the actors are so brilliant because I told them, you're searching. So we see them searching for that other drop. And that's why I love this moment in our production of the play.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop. So I to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them unhappy, lose myself. What now? How chanced thou art to return so soon?
The next scene I want to talk about is the end of the scene where Antipholus of Syracuse declares his love for Luciana, who is Adriana's sister.
Oh,
Thy sister.
that's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eyes, clear eye. My dear heart's dearer heart.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee.
I had this moment towards the end of the scene where Antipholus asks for her hand, and he puts his hand up in the screen like this, and Luciana kind of does the same thing in her screen, gets carried away by that moment and by the wonderful words that Antipholus is speaking to her. So she puts her hand up and then realizes better of it, and she goes away to go talk to her sister. And then the comedy comes because we get Dromio, who, seeing Antipholus there with his eyes closed and his hand up, tries to do the same thing and ends up scaring Antipholus. And this is just one of the many ways that we got around and found our own physical comedy to do in the play.
I am a woman's man.
What?
We're actually able, with the help of American Stage and Jared Fox and Jim Sorensen, to actually see two Antipholi and two Dromios on the screen.
Oh, most mighty Duke, behold, a man much wronged.
I see two husbands, or else mine eyes deceive me.
Very early on in the process, I had come up with the idea of the changing of the hats for the Antipholus, for Dromio, and the changing of the scarf for Antipholus to somehow help the audience in following who whose storyline they were watching, whether it was Antipholus of Ephesus or Antipholus of Syracuse. And when we got to this ending scene, all I said was, wouldn't it be great if somehow we could use their phones or their computers or something to see two versions of them? And everybody at American Stage jumped right on it. Enoch was sent 2 computers. Grayson found an extra computer, and we were able to wire up everybody to be able to pull off that kind of surprise in the last 3 minutes of the show where you actually get to see 2 sets of twins. So I'm super proud of my production team. I'm super proud of everybody, of all the actors, for being able to really pull off that one big last surprise.
He and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from them, and me they left with those of Epidamium. What became of them then, I cannot tell. And I, to this fortune that you find me in.
Thank you all so much for joining us this week for our American Stage Shakespeare Lite series with this production of The Comedy of Errors. We sincerely hope you tune in next week for our production of Othello. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be spectacular. Please go to americanstage.org, tune in, and support live theater. Thank you all so very much.